What's up, everybody? It's Tori Nix, aka Natty Deity, and I'm back on it with another reading. I hope everybody's feeling good today. It's January 8th, 2025. When you add that up, that's an 8 plus 9. That's 17, right? Plus a 1 is 18, and that's a 9. And that's even significant in what we're about to talk about for this reading, okay? So before we begin, I woke up this morning, and it's literally before I even opened my eyes, but I was having a dream, kind of. And I heard, look both ways, but never cross me, okay? And then I started to kind of channel, I don't want to tell everybody. Yeah, I know, crossroads, right? So we're going to break that down really quick because this is heavy in the energy. So we want to look up the definition first of what crossroads means, okay? So if you look up crossroads just for the definition, it means an intersection of two or more roads, okay? But I want to bring it deeper with the psychology meaning, okay? So in psychology, a crossroads is a point in life when a person must make an important decision that could change their life. The path chosen at these crossroads shape a person's experiences, who they become, and the life they lead. Okay, so this is also significant. Some reasons why someone might feel stuck at a crossroads includes the decision is major and could change everything or nothing. There's a lot of uncertainty involved. The person can't be 100% sure if it's going to be the right decision. Also, it says each crossroad represents a decision point, a moment in time where we must choose a direction. The paths we choose at these crossroads, again, shape our experiences, who we become, and the life we lead. Our lives are significantly defined by these crossroads moments, okay? So, just to go further, the symbology of crossroads is to be at a place of an uncomfortable indecision, at a place where one's life path might forever change, okay? It's also a site for encounters where we come upon friends, strangers, and in some stories, beings from outside of our reality. Okay? So now we're going to pull up that Crossroads song, and I'm going to just read a couple of the lyrics. But that's the energy we're in. Decisive action. I've been talking about this, and I just couldn't hear it any more clear. Like, it's time to make decisions, or these decisions really have been made. And I think this is a time where you're seeing how those changes have affected you. And it's something about the 7-year cycle. And we're going to get into that. So the meaning behind that song Crossroads is by Bone Thugs and Harmony, for those who don't know. There was also one that was by Robert Johnson, okay? And this is a blues player from Mississippi. He had a late-night encounter at the crossroads with the devil, or with an African spirit being named Papa Legba, and sold his soul in return for a supreme talent as a musician. So that's significant, okay? And now we want to look at the other lyrics by Bone Thugs and Harmony. All right. So this is more so, when I listen to this song, it normally makes me kind of sad. But I do want to point out these particular lyrics because this is where a lot of times at our crossroads, right? Before you go to your next phase in life, there's a need to look back, all right? And this is what we've been working towards as a collective energy, okay? A lot of things already changed. A lot of things, and let me say decisions, are really going to be based on your relationships right now. So, of course, there is a little sadness, but this is also about decisiveness, action. This is about making the right choices so you don't have to pay later, right? So it's like that side of, with Robert Johnson, okay, he sold his soul at the crossroads, right? So that means he probably didn't choose the best for himself, so he's going to have to deal with that decision. Versus on the other side, Bone Thugs and Harmony, this is about kind of letting go of things. Things are dying. Maybe you lost someone, or maybe this is a need to let go of someone, right? This could even be ending of contracts with that number 9 coming through, right? We've been speaking on a lot of karmic completions, and I feel on a collective scale, and I'm going to get into why, this has now literally settled in, like Aquarian age has truly settled in over us, okay? So it says, even though you're gone, you still got love from, he said a bone, but basically I'm going to just say for me. He says, my end, rest your soul, okay? Even though you're gone, you still got love from me. Just rest your soul, okay? And he repeats that. He said, I never get over what this dude told me. Did you know you're put in a coffin? No, mine took a fall. Saw my nigga try to swing, I wasn't trying to say it, in the war, so we lost him. But damn, why did you have to kill him? I never did think it'd be one of my truths to get caught up in red room. I sit and I pray every day, God, don't let me get smoked. Oh no. A nigga ain't scared to go, but I still got a lot to live for, okay? So yeah, he's gone, and all that he left are his memories. But when I die, you gonna see me. 1, 2, 3, rest in peace, okay? It says, if so many had to die, so much pain. Even people in the hood is no good, putting one to your own homie's brain. And a nigga getting high thinking back in the days when we did some effed up things. I gotta ask God, that's the reason for my homies gone away. I gotta give hate to you gangsters out here faking the funk. Like you got a problem, but you're just too drunk. Put down your 40s, pick up your fist, and handle that like man. Cause too many punks out here pumping, thinking your gat is your friend. All right, and then it goes again, even though you're gone, you still got love. Okay? So that's deep because this is about what I'm feeling is two sides to everything, right? Like when you lose somebody, that's a level of grief. That's a crossroads. That's a complete pivot in your life. But also, this is on a scale of like all this corruption. Like, listen to what they're saying. People always out here arguing. They're always at war with each other, killing each other. All of this stuff is happening. But that's got to change now. Okay, and I see this happening for humanity. And I'm hearing it gets worse before it gets better. But whatever is about to happen in this time is going to balance out both sides, okay? So I just see, like, chaos. Oh, and that's crazy. Okay, let's go into the next notes. Let's tie in crossroads with the next one. All right, so I woke up and I was channeling Uranus, okay? And we know that Uranus is ruled by Aquarius. And we know that now we are completely into the Aquarian age. So this is where I'm talking about that duality of the sides. So some people are at a crossroads still in chaos. But some people are now at this crossroads of crossing over, leaving things behind, grieving because you got to leave it behind, but you know it's best, right? And it's just like, I still love you. So this could even be friends, family, old people. We've been talking about that. You always have love, but now it's time for me to go away, right? Versus staying in this chaos, the same way of doing things, okay? So that's symbolic. So let's get to it. Uranus is a generational planet. It goes through each of the zodiac signs every 7 years. And I told y'all that number 7 and 9 is significant, okay? Also, this is, we want to think of heaven and earth. We want to think of time as well, okay? When you think of that, when I think of time, I think of age. So it's important to note the Aquarian age, okay? Truth is its era of truth, time. That's what Aquarius brings, right? But also we want to focus on this Uranus energy that's highlighting it. This is about kind of like the things unseen as well, because I think of the gas, right? But it's still around us. Like if y'all ever are on the road and you're walking, and let's say a car drives by, but it has like its fuel comes out. You can smell the gas, but you can't necessarily see it, right? But you're aware that it's been put out in the air, correct? So think about that for a minute. Also, this is about spiritual connections. So tying that into the gaseous, this is about the things that are unseen between you and people. Connections that were supposed to be, right? That are crafted by God. This is about, when you think of spiritual connections, these are the things that just keep you going because they're inspiring, right? It doesn't cost you anything to have these connections. It's just based on love, okay? So we got spiritual connections to change chaos, okay? So like I told y'all, a lot of us, we come here, whether we know this or not, a lot of our meetings with people, a lot of our families that we are born into, it does usher us into change from chaos, right? It's like you enter into a certain way and your connections help you to evolve in life, right? And this is going back to the crossroads. Are you choosing correctly? Okay? This is also about, have you chosen correctly? Okay? Because we go back to that look both ways but never cross me. Okay? So this is even thinking of spirit, right? Like, that's deep, because when you think of the unseen, it's like, I don't necessarily think the devil is what they say. Like, he's not gonna come up to you on the street and say, hey, you want this or you want that. It's unseen. It's temptation, right? Versus the spirit that's gonna guide you. It may hurt sometimes when you're being guided to where you need to go, but it's the following your heart, right? Versus temptation. So that's significant. That wanted to come through as far as the unseen. Okay. Also, we have innovation. We have rebellion, individuality, big picture change, and breakthroughs. So that word change is very significant as well. I told you guys this is really a time of freedom, revolutionary visions, visualize new possibilities, and this is exactly what we're coming into for the earth. Right? I kept telling y'all, don't get too caught up in the fear of what's going on, all that stuff, right? Because really it's a good time, okay? But there has to be a balance. So also ice giant and striking blue. The color blue is significant. So connecting that with the spiritual aspect, we want to think of the water as well. And right now, of course, that ice giant, you can look at the planet right now, it's freezing, right? People are going through snowstorms right now. So that's even Uranus showing itself with right now. It's a balance, right? Because even if it's raining in some certain parts of the world or it's snowing in certain parts of the world, like right now I'm looking out, it's sunny. It's cold, but it's still sunny. It's still very dry out. You know what I'm saying? So it's the duality at play. And this is what's going to be happening in this Aquarian age. The duality is what's going to keep you going through, right? It's going to help you make those crossroad decisions, decisive action, okay? So this is where I see us coming in. I do have a message from Spirit. They were very adamant. They want me to do it like this. What is the message from Spirit to the humanity right now? Wow, y'all. Storms comes out. I cannot make this shit up. To grief. I can't make it up. Did I not tell y'all it's a change happening, but it's like the crossroads. And remember, we got storms and grief. Oh my God, literally to start off the reading, I think I told y'all that. Like, the chaos is on one side and the grief is on the other side because you're moving on to what you know is better for you. Wow. Okay. So this is the message to humanity. We got Goddess Oya coming through. I'm hearing cleaning this shit up. Okay, so that wanted to come through. All right, so we got the powerful sword of truth coming through. Remember I said making decisive actions, making better decisions. When you really break down the crossroads definition, it's like sometimes you got to follow your heart. You got to follow what's true to you to make better decisions. And this is what's coming to this one side of the collective. Oya is the goddess of storms, wind, and lightning. Storms bring shift, rapid, and uncontrollable change, and at times, chaos. Did I not start it off with that, y'all? I'm just saying. So with that, I told y'all these spiritual connections to change chaos. So I strongly feel this is like soulmate energy. This is like family energy, contractual things, right? And it's just basically saying these contracts are shifting, but they all serve a purpose for our planets. Okay? So let's see if you're on this side of change. Remember that the winds of change are in motion for you. And into every life, a little rain must fall. Did I not say that before I pulled these cards? Personal storms clear away the old. And sometimes change moves slowly, but at other times change is very swift. What would you like to change, y'all? If you're not actively changing it, you're choosing it. Okay? To make shift happen, focus on what you want and stop giving energy to what is not working. The biggest thing holding you back is you. And if you want people in life to treat you better, you have to go first. If you attract betrayals, stress, and strife, the common denominator is you. Beating yourself up is self-harm. Feel your feelings, honor your journey, and tell yourself the truth and practice self-compassion. I make shit happen. So this is on one side of the scale of Aquarius. And for some reason, they're talking about the scales is because of that duality. So on one side, change is falling on all structures. Remember, going back to innovation, rebellion, individuality. Remember, I said the structures. And something about that music industry as well. Contracts, Instagram, wounded women, I'm hearing. Also, weaponized women, ploys, plots. All of this stuff is coming down, okay? Because it's not helping the people. And this is where you can either choose to stay there. Remember this guidance. It says if you're not actively choosing it, you are choosing it, okay? Focus on you want and stop giving energy to what is not working. So this is your frequency, your vibration, your mind. What is not working right now? This could be your friends. It's lowering your vibration. It's keeping you in chaos, right? Think about those lyrics. How, one side is grieving, but the other is like talking about this chaos that does kill people, why we do have to go in so much turmoil, right? So you really got to look at that right now. All right? So that's one side of the collective. Now, who took the crossroads? Who made decisive action? What's up? We're going to look at what y'all need to know. So we got grief. You definitely are going through a phase of letting go. But this is about Allah, the earth mother, right? And notice I was talking about heaven and earth. When you think of storms, you think of the sky, heaven. When you think of Allah, we think of the mother earth, right? So these are the two coming together, the duality, the sky and the heavens. I'm sorry, the sky and the land, the connection of spirit and the physical, right? It's all merging. So basically, this is about motherhood, fertility, and the afterlife. After death, humans return to the womb of Allah. So this is a replant, right? Remember I said cutting away to go replant again, okay? Replant yourself. So if you are grieving, if you have had to make these decisions or you were courageous enough to make the right decisions at your own crossroads, everybody has their own crossroads is what I'm feeling called to say. It says, give spirit your grief, bawl it out, wail it out, cry it out, shriek, sob, shed tears, and surrender it. You're holding unprocessed grief. You want to skip over it and get back to normal, but grief doesn't go away because you ignore it. The only way to healing is to walk through it. This is symbolic, I'm hearing, for the age of Aquarius. So for the people who left, this is your healing time, right? This is getting through the proper way with truth, feeling your way through it, right? I've been telling y'all this. Now let's keep going. It says losing a loved one is the ultimate heartbreak. But you also experience grief after breakups, job loss, and disappointments. Self-love and self-care are required. Ask for support and be gentle with yourself. Remember, you got to feel in this season. We've been talking about putting ourselves first all years. The last few years, we've been molding ourselves for this. Now that you have made decisive action, there is a level of grief in the collective because have other people made those decisions too? Or did they refuse to grow? And this is where crossroad decisions, it's hard to let go of things you love. It truly is. But if it no longer serves you, that's where you got to kind of walk through the grief courageously. All right? So, self-love and self-care are required. Remember, Okay, ask for support and be gentle with yourself. And when we ask for support, sometimes this is just praying. Remember, I said the spiritual connection, right? This is where, again, with the dual energy, this is karmic connections that's still going on that are being affected by the storms of change, right? But then this is the spiritual connections to the Most High. Pray and see if you'll get answers. If I can help, anytime I pray, I get an answer. Okay, and that's the way forward in Aquarius age. We are now here, y'all. We've done it. Shout out to you. I'm being called to look down. It says 13 and 29. That's the significance. So 13 for the storms, which is death energy. And then we have the 29, which is an 11, a new opening. Damn. Okay, Spirit. So that's the message that I wanted to come through for you guys. What time is it? It's 10:06. When you add that up, that's a 7. So I do believe we talked about that 7 years. So this is a completion. All right, so I'm going to leave y'all with that. I appreciate y'all for tapping in, and I will see y'all on the next message. Stay up, stay in love, stay in light, and stay safe in this next season.